I
But
called
this
her
is
the
where I
C
blame
word.
Bravo. Bravo should have cut that shit out.
I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables.
Welcome back to Turning the Tables. Today we're gonna have Jill Zarin on. Hi, Jill.
See? You
How
look beautiful.
are you?
I'm good. I
Well-
came back to the city from the Hamptons. I had to take Bossy to the vet to potentially get her teeth cleaned. Guess how much it costs to go to a vet to just decide whether to get the teeth cleaned?
How much?
It was blood work was $500, and an estimate for just to get her, she has to be put to sleep. Animals have to be put to sleep. $3,500 to $4,500. And she's 8 years old. She's already had them cleaned once, and I'm thinking, he said they were in really pretty good shape. They could use a little bit. So it's just incredible how expensive it is.
That's crazy.
And that's just the teeth cleaning.
Gia just took her dog to. Now she considers Bella her dog, and she took her to the vet, and she takes care of everything with her, and it was $500 and something.
Yeah. And by the way, the waiting room was full. The phones are ringing off the hook, and people love their.
So you got to be a vet nowadays. Yeah.
Sorry, you know what? With the stupid phone, people are getting through. I don't know why. I put it on silent.
Okay, yeah. So Dolores' daughter she picked a good career.
Oh yeah, forget about being a doctor. You should be a vet.
Yes,
which is a doctor.
Exactly. But I just wanted to say I had so much fun this weekend.
You have no idea what it meant to me for you guys to come out. I mean, that was a big trip.
And I'm so sorry. Like I have never come out before is because we're always filming in the summer. That's why,
No, but I really meant a lot to me. But also we had such a good time Sunday and Friday night. Like we spent the whole weekend. It was so amazing.
Yeah. And I have to say I know I grew up in Jersey, but I'm definitely, I could see myself in the Hamptons. Like I'm definitely a Hamptons girl. Yes.
Oh, the Hamptons loved you because everybody loved you, and you were so nice to everybody, and you took pictures with everyone, and they, it means so much to them. They talk about it forever. They're meeting with you. That took a second. They talk about forever. Just like, I think about, a celebrity I might've met when I was young or even recently, that's like a big star and you never forget. So.
Well, that's why I am nice to everyone because I feel like it does mean a lot to them when they meet us, and we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for them. That's why I don't ever act like
no, you never do. And some people have a reputation, some housewives, of not being nice. And I never understood that. Why did you become famous if you didn't want to be nice to the people who you're, working for?
Right. So. Right. No, but tell everybody what the name of the charity is.
Well, it's the Bobby Zarin Memorial Fund, and I give the money that I raise to Sloan Kettering and Boca Regional Hospital for thyroid cancer.
And it's for cancer, right? Thyroid cancer.
It's for cancer, and it's great. And I went to visit Bobby yesterday with Allie.
Aww.
We did.
Yeah, I love Bobby, and I was even telling Joe that I was coming to see you, and he's like, Joe said all great things about you and Bobby too.
Yeah, he never got to meet Gary. Joe never met Gary.
Yeah, and I have to say Gary's wonderful. Like, love Gary.
I know.
He really is. You guys are made for each
other.
Imagine
how lucky I got Bobby and Gary.
I know. And then what about? Were you married before Bobby?
And
too?
I was married to Allie's father, Stephen, who's also amazing.
See that?
You're so lucky.
Well, that means you're a good woman because I think, you're a good woman. Yeah. I said that to Louis. I said, good women find good men. I really do believe that. So,
Well, I have a lot of opinions on that, on why, I think that when women are single for a long time, there's a reason. It's not by accident. It's because usually they have so many standards, rules, things in their head that they need and they want that they're not willing to compromise. I mean, Gary's not perfect for sure. And I've definitely, he gets lost getting out of the driveway. It drives me insane. I tell him to take out the garbage, and he literally took the garbage can in the office and threw the can and the garbage in the garbage outside. I'm not kidding. He's insane. I tell him to start the dishwasher, and he puts the soap on the counter and he flooded the entire house with soap.
Oh my
The whole
God.
house.
That
So,
is too funny.
Perfect, not, but perfectly fine.
Yes. And, and you have to just like get to know each other, and understand each other. And exactly, no one's perfect. None of us are perfect, but, you compromise. Yeah.
Gotta
And if,
compromise.
yes.
You gotta
And if
pick your
you,
battles. I say that all
yes.
the time. You gotta pick your battles.
Yeah, no, he's a sweetheart. And I don't know if everybody knows this, but I saw you on my honeymoon, you and Gary.
I
Yeah,
called
that was
you because I was at your wedding and I saw where you were because I follow you on social media.
right.
And you came to get us in this gorgeous, sexy 70-foot boat. And you guys were the sexiest couple. I felt like your wedding photographers. I was literally taking a million pictures of you. And we went to Capri for the day. We had the best time.
Yeah,
best.
no, it was so much fun. Yeah. No, I know. And you were at my wedding. So I have a special bond with you. I told Louis, I said, I don't know, ever since the first day I met you, we totally clicked. I'm like, Jill's always been amazing. And we've always been there for each other. So, and I'm like, yeah,
I did. When you were having your issues, I called you all the time to check on you. I tried to help. I don't know. I probably hurt, but I tried to help.
No, I know. But it's okay. I mean, listen, I feel like now I got my answer. I had to go through all that in order to meet Louis.
You're right, because you never would have been divorced ever.
Right.
It wasn't in your culture at all.
Right.
Like you would have stuck it out to the end.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like Joe and I got ripped apart. And that's why, that's how our marriage ended. Yeah. Because we had no choice,
We had no choice. We weren't going to leave the country.
Yeah, no. And he wanted me to. I was like, that's not happening. I was like, yeah, but I like your Celine sweatshirt. Look what mine says. Mine says, let's get naked.
Oh, I love that. Is that your new tagline? Let's get naked.
No. I have turning the tables. Love, love, love is bitch better. But I just had this.
Did you watch? I did a TV show called The GOAT, Greatest of All Time on Amazon. Did you?
I heard.
It was a big thing. They one of the stars, Reza. We had to do a reality show like competition, and one of them was literally flipping a table, and it had to go back on its legs. So you had to flip it, and it had to land on its legs, which is very hard to flip a table and land on its legs. And he screamed out something like Teresa, and then they put this huge picture of you, like you're God, up in the sky, like you were, raining down. It's so funny.
I just recently saw that, Joe. I just recently saw that. Yeah, that was so cool. I just recently
you're iconic. You are iconic.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I know. I mean, I don't look at myself that way, but I mean, everyone always says that. So,
true. If everyone says it, it's true.
No, I know. So thank you so much. So are you? You're
in my own way. I wasn't around as long.
You started New York House, right? Were you? You were from the beginning.
I was original. I like to say I'm number 6.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I remember you. I could vision the picture because your picture reminded me of our first picture, but yours was taken in New York.
Yes.
Right
on 14th Street.
Yes. So I remember. What do you think of the rebrand of the new New York Housewives?
It's a different show, so I think it should have had a different name. I don't think it's the same show.
Are you friends with any of them?
No, but I'm not. I've reached out to them. I've offered my services, like if they ever need anything or they had a question. This is really in the beginning. They're certainly on their way now. But in the beginning, if they were having a hard time managing the social media or anything, and they wanted someone to talk to, I made myself available.
That was so nice of you.
Yeah, I do that with most of the housewives. I do. I reach out and I'm like, listen, if you ever need anything, let me know. I'm the same. I haven't changed.
No, I know. Because sometimes, it's a lot of, old house.
But I think it's a different show. It's a different age. But it's good. But it's not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, you look so amazing. And when I saw you, I was like, I'm like, she did something, but she looks so good. And then, what did you have done? Like,
I had a lower facelift. So my eyes, I did my lids like 5 years ago. So, and this was all good, but I was getting the jowls and the neck, and I needed to lift it up because I'm doing television. If I wasn't doing television, I think I could have waited.
Sometimes I feel like my neck, it's getting
I don't think you
getting there.
But you know, you'll know. You know when you see it on
Well,
TV.
I had Botox put in here, so yeah.
Me too. But it only lasted so long. But you're much younger than me. I'm 60. You're younger.
I'm 52.
A lot younger. Right. You got a long ways to go.
But you look beautiful. So you just had it done. Yeah. And who was your doctor?
Dr. Ira Savetsky. He's in New York City. And I like to pick a surgeon that is young, not too young.
Yes.
He's like 41. So he's literally in his prime. You know, he's not tired. Like, I can't imagine him doing this at 60. Like, I couldn't imagine doing surgery at 60. I'm exhausted. Like, there's no way I can stand on my feet.
No, you're right.
You know, well, I think they don't always stand on their feet. They might sit, but the whole thing is very stressful. I wanted someone young and, you know, he'd been learning new things, new techniques, and he definitely did. He sews an underlayer that maybe other doctors don't do. You know, they all have their own techniques, but he came highly recommended, and he did Dina Lohan's face. And she looks amazing.
Oh, okay. All right. No,
that's how I found him, from Dina.
Yeah, you look amazing. So
thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted, because I wanted to tell you that.
Thank
and then
you.
Also, what else I wanted to ask you? Oh wait, what happened about that whole below deck thing that you were on, and you were getting shit for that?
I got more shit for that than I ever did as a housewife.
Why? What happened?
Because well, it was the way it was edited. And I hate to say that, but it's so true. You know, the show is supposed to be about the crew. Right. And the people who pay money to be on the show are there for the crew to serve so that they can have their drama behind the scenes of what they're doing right and wrong. I never in a million years thought that the show was going to be about me. And that's what they did. They made the show about me, and they made me look like I was unhappy and complaining and all these other things, when I was really just trying to be helpful to an inexperienced crew who said that they'd only worked on a 70-foot boat, never a 190-foot yacht, and didn't really know a lot of things. And then, you know, there were little things that they did that so there was like no shampoo or mouthwash or toothpaste or anything in the bathroom. And, you know, if you've ever been on even a smaller boat or an airplane or anything, that's like, you know, this isn't for regular people, this boat. This boat's you're paying $60,000 for 2 nights, for 5 meals. And then you're paying a $10,000 per night tip. This is supposed to be for the ultra wealthy and service at the highest level. So for me, and I was a guest, but I helped pay the tip, and I had to get there and I had to spend money. So one of the crew called me a freeloader in her interview because she was angry at me, allegedly angry at me, because I had asked her where the hole is for the blow dryer. I couldn't find it. You know where it was? It was there were 3 drawers. It was in the middle drawer in the back.
Yeah. How would you know that? And how would you know that? Yeah.
And then I'm looking for toothpaste, or I don't remember what I was looking for. And I'm like, excuse me, can you show me where, you know, I can't find it? And she says, this they cut out. She says, Bravo doesn't let us have it in the bathrooms because they don't want to pay for the logos. Which makes sense. But how could you edit it and make me look like I'm complaining?
Oh my God.
I wasn't complaining. And then she brings me up a little kit. Why? Because it was on the boat and it was hidden away. So she found it and she brings it to me, and I'm like, well, that was fast. Like, I didn't even expect it, but it was on the boat. But they really just edited me to look like I was very demanding and very bully and not nice. And it couldn't be the more opposite. And I stayed in touch with Captain Kerry, and the girl who said that I was a freeloader, she actually and I became friends. And after it aired, she apologized and she came over my house and we did a little skit where we swapped places, and she knocked on my door and came in as me, and I'm serving her Diet Coke. It was very cute to show that this was not like serious world news. And it was. It trended on Twitter and it went crazy.
Oh my God.
I know. It was bad.
Well, thank God it was fixed, you know?
Yeah. And I'm flattered, you know, I guess I'm flattered that they made it about me.
Yeah.
People watched it.
And where did you go? What trip did you go on?
It was actually the worst trip they've ever done. We went to Grenada.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Not St. Bart's, not Nevis, not, you know, a sexy, gorgeous island. They went to a very, you know, plain, simple island. So there wasn't really anything else to see. At least we didn't see anything. We just got off the plane, stayed at a kind of crappy hotel that we paid for, and then went on the boat. And was there literally for 5 meals, of which 2 were horrible, unedible. And the captain said it. He ended up firing the chef 1 or 2 episodes later because he absolutely couldn't cook. It was a disaster. But you know what? I still had a great time, and I really didn't complain about it that much.
Yeah,
So.
no. But you know what? Drama sells, right?
But I didn't think the drama would be about me because the show's not, because we are paying real money.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Shame
That's
on me.
right.
Never
I know.
do it. Never go on those
Well,
shows.
yeah,
You're
I
not even
don't
getting
think.
paid.
I mean, yeah, I don't. I mean, I just did House of Villains, so I can't wait for that to come out.
Oh,
That's
that's going to be great.
yeah, so I can't wait for that. And at first I didn't want to do the show because I'm not a villain, but then I have to say I'm so glad I did it now.
Good.
So I
It's
can't
just
wait
to sell the
see.
show. It's not right. It's not.
Yeah, and I guess I was a villain at one point because I guess flipping the table made me a villain, but like I don't. But I guess only if you come for me, then I maybe might turn into a villain.
Yeah, you defend yourself. You're okay.
Right.
That's okay.
I mean
You're allowed
that's
to defend
exactly.
yourself.
I think we're all like that.
Absolutely, or we wouldn't be on television.
Right.
If we kept our thoughts in our head, the show would be very boring. The show is about the audience hearing everything you're thinking.
You're right. I mean, and sometimes they don't think, you don't hear it all,
And then sometimes you don't like what other people are thinking about you. And that's the hard part. When you hear other cast members say what they're really thinking about you, that's hurtful.
I know. I got to have you back on. And then I can't really talk about the episode until it's really over. And then we could talk about it.
Oh, I would love to come back and talk about it.
Yeah, no, because I would love to get your opinion on it. But yeah, do you like I'm in my studio here. Like, look.
I love it. I think it's so professional. By the way, how's Louis? Is he there?
Yeah, see it. And I put like all like my books there, all trophies that I've gotten, right there. Like I have my book was number 2 on the New York Times bestseller.
That's insane.
Turning the Tables, the top book, Turning the Tables, number 2.
That's insane. By the way, I asked you before, but I'm going to ask you here, is that I think that you should, consider maybe having Louis on a regular basis on, once a week or something. Because I know he's busy, but I think the audience, I think there's so many female podcasts out there. So many females and so many duo females, 2 women,
Yes.
Or gay men, a lot of gay men who love reality TV or whatever. But I think like a couple, like a straight couple, there's a lot of single women out there who are looking for love and are always asking for advice. And they usually get advice from women, except for Dr. Phil, who I love and live for.
Right.
And I'm sure there's others. I'm just thinking of what's in my head. And I just think that having 2 people give an opinion, a man and a female, is very helpful. Because sometimes, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I don't know if you've ever read the book.
Yes, I heard.
It's this big. It's like this big. It's like 2 days to read it, not even. You don't have to read it all. You'll see. It's true. Men are built. Men are hunters and women are nesters. That's genetics. I don't care what anybody says. That's the way we were supposed to be born, to be that way. And that's why we go like this. But sometimes we repel, but that's, 2 peas in a pod. And so sometimes we don't see it their way. Oftentimes we don't, because we have more hormones. We have estrogen. We have emotion. We have more feelings. Men have, testosterone. They're built differently. It's like a chemistry set, They don't have what we have.
I'm going to have Louis on, I think, not next week, the week after. So, yeah, but I have to, I remember, so I'm going to have him on, and I remember the podcast, like my producer loved it. So, I would love to do that. And I'm all about like promoting love and, and I want other people to find love, I really do. Like how I love that,
I do. And I think that people will get to know Louis more on a personal level than just seeing him on TV. Because it's not about him, right? The show's not about him. So whatever happens, they always want to make it about him. But he doesn't get the interviews, right? So he doesn't get to defend himself. So it's all about what everybody else is saying. But if he has his own voice here, then he can really talk about whatever he wants to talk about.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely and I love chatting with him. So yeah, thank you. I'm gonna think about that.
You should, and I think he would like it.
You always give me great ideas, and yours, and I love that too. You're all about women empowerment and lifting each other, and that's how I am. We both like to lift each other up. It's like Like, I don't
Yeah,
get a lot of,
some women are very competitive and
yes,
some are very nurturing. I go in the nurturing, you go in the nurturing. I'm not going to say who, but there have been housewives, like I'll say, oh my God, I love your dress. Where'd you get it? And they won't tell you. They're like, I
right,
don't want you to have the same one. I'm like, really? You're going to wear it again?
right.
What difference does it make? I mean, then maybe if we wore the same one, we could be in a magazine saying who wore it best. I mean, like,
Yeah.
really? Or just not sharing any information.
No,
And that's not nice. I mean, because we're all different. I don't find it competitive at all. I mean,
no, and there's room for and there's room for everyone to, like, exactly, to have businesses, and we should all really support each
also, if
other.
you're a smart business person, right? If just as an example, let's say you get called to do an appearance and they say, you know what, we want 2 other housewives. Well, if you like me, maybe you'll call me. But if I haven't been nice to you, you're never going to call me. So
Right.
for business reasons, why are you so nasty to the other housewives? How's that going to help you?
Right. Because you want to be able to promote each other and lift each other up. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we don't have a lot of that on my show. So
You have some of it. By the way, I got to know Jennifer Aiden this weekend, and I got to tell you, I've watched your show in and out. Like, I know globally the show, and I miss episodes here and there. She is hysterical on another level.
That's why I hang out with her.
No, does that come through on the show? Her real personality?
I don't think I don't know if people really actually get it. I mean, to me, she's hysterical. She's so much funny. I mean, she's so funny.
A ray of sunshine. And she always says, the only opinion that matters is the opinion that I have. And she's right. She doesn't care what anyone else thinks. And that's the way she should be. I'm not always that way. I do care what other people think sometimes. And I shouldn't. She's strong.
She's very strong. And I like to hang out with strong, powerful women. And I have to say, and she is. No,
and she has a great marriage. She has a great marriage. They are very happy.
Bill amazing? Yeah, I think Bill's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And he loves, and I talked to him about it because he reminded me of other couples. Like, he likes to watch her wind up. Like, he likes to watch when she gets twisted up in something. Let's say the food is cold, or the camp is late, whatever it is going on. I just know that when she gets all upset or whatever, he enjoys watching it, like watching her wind up and then unwind. He likes it.
And he just supports her. He's like such a good husband. Yeah.
Right. He won't get mad at her and say, oh, don't do that, or don't talk like that. No. He never criticizes her.
He's such a gentleman, I have to say. Like, I love being around them. Yeah. And I mean, Louis and Bill get along great, and you saw Gary got along great with them too. See, yes. And I tell you, I hang out with good people, Jill. You see?
No kidding. And by the way, your husband makes the best pizza. We were someplace where they were making pizza, and I don't know how it happened, but he ended up behind the pizza maker. And the person who owned the pizza machine said that Louis' pizza was better than his.
I see. I know, because I'm like, he loves pizza. His first job was in a pizzeria, he said.
Really? Well, but he's got such a great body.
He worked I don't know about his first job, but he worked in a pizzeria. And it's so crazy. Right in near where I live now, that's where he works for years. Yeah. And he loves it. We have a pizza oven in our backyard, and he loves making pizza.
Well, I'm definitely coming over for pizza. But I got to tell you, Louis really loves you. And I feel bad about all the men who get it on the show. I have to say one of the only men who didn't was Bobby, because Bobby didn't talk. See, my advice would have been to Louis, if I had met you before you went on the show with him, would have been, don't get involved with the ladies.
I was telling him they were coming after him because, listen, what's been happening now, people really have to watch. It's been happening. Like, what's going to come out in next week's episode? I've been saying it all along. Jill, I've been saying this all along.
Whatever it is, you'll get validated.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I would have told him,
I didn't want to give it any attention.
Don't go on the show, or don't get involved.
No, right. I didn't want to give it any attention before, because I kept telling the person that was, this person's harassing our family. And someone on our show was speaking to that person. And I called it from day one. And it's been happening since Louis came on the show. Since, you know what I mean? And I said to him, you don't owe anybody an explanation. The only person you need to own it, not even, he doesn't even owe me an explanation. You You don't, who cares what, if anybody wants to know anything, you don't even answer them.
But, he's such a nice guy. And he's got a sensitive part, which is a good part. So I could see the pain.
Yeah.
And I said to him, when you guys go away, and I know you're going away for a couple of weeks, I said, honestly, delete Instagram, Facebook, just delete the apps from your phone. Keep your phone so you have texting and you can talk to your family.
Yeah.
I would literally delete it, because by the time you get back, all that noise will be over.
Yeah, it'll be over. Yeah. Yeah.
And that way you don't go through the storm. You don't have to go through the storm. Why?
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. And it'll be fine. Listen, finally, I do get, what I've been saying for the past
Redemption.
I like that word better.
Redemption.
Because I've been with him 4 years. I've been saying it since, he came on the show right away. I didn't even want him to come on the show. I was trying to keep it quiet. And then my brother is the one that introduced him on the show. Yeah. Because he knew the storyline. Yeah. And I remember, so what I've been saying all along, and it's true. And now it's all next week, I get redemption.
You get redeemed.
I mean, I keep saying vindication, but yeah, it's same thing. Redemption, right?
Same
you like
thing.
that? You like that word better? Yeah.
Yeah, because redemption is like a positive word, and vindication is, it's the same definition, but I think redemption is a nicer word.
So redemption, I like that. I do like that. I do like the redemption, because, and I hope people see that, because the reason why really, if you have to really pay attention, because remember when I threw everything on the table, I ended up throwing it on someone.
Yes.
Okay. It was happening way long before that. Like,
wow.
It's been happening a long, even when we were in the backyard and someone was questioning him about some video that was out there. Like, this has been going on for a long time.
You know what? I got to tell you, and maybe it's whatever. I mean, I got to blame some of the producers on this. Not all of them. Some of them are very good producers, but I just think that, you can put a show in a lot of different directions. And in the beginning, your show was funny, and it was funny Teresa. The whole show was about funny Teresa, saying silly words, spelling words wrong, right? Like nonsense, but funny. And then somehow it got turned to mean, that the show got mean.
Yeah.
And everybody was trying to hurt each other, really hurt each other. Like what happened to you, really hurt each other. And they got to pull that back. It doesn't have to be that way. And that's editing, because if they don't put it in, it doesn't happen. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's sad. I mean, it's because
families have been destroyed, right? Your family was destroyed.
Oh, children, workplaces. Yeah. Your reputation. It's like, it's not fun anymore. It's not.
Listen, on my show, I can say it now because it was so long ago. Ramona's daughter was not invited back to her high school because of the show.
Are you serious?
You technically get invited to come back the next year. So she wasn't invited back, and she ended up at actually Dwight Englewood, which was an amazing, you always end up where you belong.
Yes.
Right? So she ended up at even a better school, co-ed. I think she was in a girls' school, had a much physically, a beautiful school, great. But that's not the point. The point is the show caused her to not, and look at the victim. The victim was a high school girl.
Yeah, that's definitely not right. Yeah, no, it's definitely not right. Yeah, I mean, it's really, listen, and I'm all about what you put out there is what you get back,
Karma.
So so I'm all about like doing the right thing, because
always
I feel like if you put negative out there, that's what you're going to get back. So, it's like, so that's what I live by, Jill. And I think you see that,
I'm happy that Louis is able to, is okay. If he, he's going to get through this and it's going to be okay. But, a lot of guys, I don't know if they could have taken it.
Trust me, I know.
You're very lucky. I mean, you are. He's a great guy, and he's standing by, himself. Like, he's got to defend himself. Forgetting about standing by you. He's got to defend himself. He's in the hot seat. I feel bad.
Yeah, that's why I think they did write an article about when I was at the charity event, and I'm like, I did say, I'm like, I'm grateful. Listen, it is a lot for someone, because he didn't sign up for this. This was
I saw that article, and I was so happy you said that. He didn't sign up for this. And the fans need to know that when they're going after people.
It's true. He didn't want it.
By the way, do people know that men, I don't know if your show, maybe I'm wrong, but men didn't get paid on Housewives that I knew of.
Yeah,
The
no,
reunions,
no,
yes, the
Louis
reunions,
does
they got
not
money.
get paid. Louis does not touch my money. I don't, like his money
That's
is,
what I mean. No,
yeah,
I'm
like
just
his
saying that,
money is my money. My money's my money. Like I think
right,
somebody put
that's it.
one of the housewives said that he spends all my money. He doesn't even see my money. Like
And by the
so
way, I've been with him. He's such a sport. He puts his hand in his pocket and pays for everybody. I
thank
mean,
you,
he's a
Jill.
sport. He
Thank you.
paid
I
for
mean,
dinner last night when we went out for dinner. He got up and paid the check. He's
he
always a
he
sport.
always does. He
He
always does.
reminds me of Bobby. Bobby was that way.
See, I know Bobby
He
class
does remind
act.
me of Bobby a little bit. Some things
No.
about him.
But that's what I mean. It's like it's so sad the bad rap that he's gotten because, of other cast members on my show, which is really sad. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, and I have no choice. He's my husband. So of course I'm gonna defend him, and I
But he
know the
didn't do
real
anything.
I know the real Louis. So and it's like, and it's sad how other people are trying to like paint this picture of him that he's not. And so that's why, I always have to stand up for my man and I always will,
And so you
Yeah, I mean,
should.
did you see that out there? Somebody's saying that's all he does is spend my money. I
I
was
did
like,
see that.
what?
I did
Like,
see that.
could you imagine? I don't like,
Does anybody watch you on TV? Do you think that Teresa Giudice
thank,
would ever let a man, after what she's been through, spend her money? Are you
thank
fucking
you.
crazy?
Thank you. I love that.
No,
Exactly.
seriously,
Am I-
seriously. And
am
by
I-
the way, what bank do they know that you even bank at to get access to your funds and who's taking money from what?
Thank you. Oh my,
And if they do
exactly.
have access, someone's going to jail because it's illegal.
Right. Right.
I
It's
mean,
like, it's so
pretty
crazy
horrible.
how people put a false narrative out there and people run from it. I mean, run with it because it's like that. It's like people like negative stories instead of putting positive things out there and lifting each other up. It's like they put the negative stuff out there. So of course, I guess negative sells, but it's like, I'm not about that. I'm all about, like, look, I came.
But you know what I love the other night when we were at dinner? I'm like, isn't your show on tonight? And you're like, yeah. I'm like, did you watch it already? You're like, no, they're not letting us get the screeners anymore. And first of all, I had a big objection to that, saying, you've been on the show like 15 years. You're a grown up. I think you can handle it. But regardless, I'm not working for Bravo, so I can't get you the screener. But I would if I did. You were like, it's on, whatever. Like, you're living your life. You're living your best life, and people should know that.
I
So
mean,
if they think they're gonna, affect you with their negativity and the words they say, they're wasting their time because you're not even watching the show the night it's airing. You're living your best life.
no, but Jill, I have been watching it. So like, yeah, that
Well, you
was, I
watched
know.
it after, but no.
Yeah.
I remember when I
Yeah,
was
because I know
on,
Andy.
I had
Andy's
to watch
always.
it live. I
Oh,
had to
you
watch it
did.
when it was on because I was so
Yeah.
anxious.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I used to never watch it. I've been watching it ever since Louis came on. So now I
No, I
watch
didn't mean
it.
like you never ever watch it. What I mean is like,
No, but
I know that
I
it
don't
was
know if
Thursday
you
night
know.
at 8 o'clock. I was home watching
Right.
the show live.
Yeah.
You were
No, I
eating
know.
dinner. You were gonna. I'm sure you watched it already. After maybe when you got home that night, you watched it. But I'm just saying you didn't have like this anxiety, like, oh my god, I got to watch it right now. It's not part
Yeah,
of your
no,
life.
I was never like that. Like I don't care about. I mean, listen, it's my job, and like now I do watch it because I want to see what people have to say about me.
Right.
So
You do have to watch it.
if I'm ever asked, but the from when my brother came on the show, season 3 to like right before Louis came on, I never watched the show. And I have to say, Jill, I think God was with me because if I would have watched the show, you know what heartache I would have caused my parents because I went back and watched it afterwards, after my parents passed away. And the
Really.
shit that I saw that
You
my
never knew
brother,
what they were saying about you. You never
I
watched.
no.
It was probably a good thing. It would
Yeah,
have caused the world war before your parents came.
that's what I was trying to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there was a reason why I did not watch it because if I would have watched it, it would like first of all, I don't even think we would have even been here all these seasons. Like it would have never been this long, because yeah, it would have ended really quick because I would have never tolerated all the shit that they were saying about me. It was like crazy. Yeah, going back now and and seeing it. But when Louis came on, I was like, I made sure I watched it. And yeah, and I saw I mean, it's crazy. It's like I feel like every year I defend myself, defend myself, defend myself. It's,
Yeah, they used to it used to go around the room. Like one season it's you and the next season
Yeah.
it's someone else. But now I think you've been, I
Yeah,
think
and
they
this
need to give you a
season they
break.
were trying to ice me out. So it was funny to me how they were trying to do that.
Yeah,
know?
that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, if Bravo was too happy about that, but I guess we'll see what happens.
I have a fashion question for you. You always look
Yeah.
amazing on Watch What Happens Live. Do you have a stylist?
No,
You
I
just
do. I do it
okay.
myself.
I died when you wore the Mugler, that one piece blue
Oh,
bodysuit.
the purple, like the purple. It was two
Oh my
pieces.
God. It was
Did
two
you like
pieces.
it? Yeah, it was
I
two pieces.
died.
It was the
Not only
top.
did I die, when I was in Europe, I went to that store and I bought myself a dress that I wore to the premiere of The Goat. It wasn't the same color, it wasn't the same dress, but
Yeah,
it was
I
the
don't
same
care.
designer. No, but it was
Yeah,
the same designer with the netting.
yeah.
You have the best clothes. You do. You always look so great on that show.
Thank you. And it fits so good on, right? Doesn't it fit good?
Yeah. Do you exercise like crazy still? I know you used to.
Yes, I do exercise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I didn't exercise this morning because my trainer, her battery died, and she's like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "It's okay, it happens." Yeah, but I do exercise. I love it. Makes me feel good.
Yeah.
I
See,
really
I need a trainer because if I don't have a trainer, I won't go. It's
and you
even
know
in
what?
my house. I won't
That's
go.
what makes me go. I have a trainer.
So you
Like
pay. If you don't
I,
pay, you don't go.
I found her through. She comes to my house.
That's great.
Yeah, I found her through Gia. So, and she's wonderful.
Wait,
I have to
Gia.
say, one of the best trainers I've ever had. She knows the body so well, and
Great.
I
What
see
about Louis? Does she work out Louis?
No, Louis does it on his own.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
he does
Gary.
it.
Gary goes to the gym literally every single morning for an hour. You would
That's
never know it because
awesome.
of his belly, which I am getting him on that Manjaro. I mean, I've ordered it.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
he's got like 30 pounds on his belly, and it's so bad for his heart. It's not just about the weight; it's really about his heart.
No, and you know what? He'll feel better. It's better for even for his heart. I'm just saying because like sometimes when you have
because he's
too
so
much,
good looking. Gary's a good looking guy. He's got to get rid of that belly.
No, he is. Like you guys make a great couple. You really
He's so
do.
funny. How funny is he? Right?
No, he is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, and this weekend we had the best time. It was so, easy. Everyone got along great. It was so much
Easy.
fun. Yeah. And
So
see,
we're gonna have to do it more.
that's what I like. Friendships that are easy. They just mesh together. Like, yeah, it was such a great
Right. And we
weekend.
also talked about that your friends really should be people who like each other. Because when you go out with couples who are fighting, it's contagious. Because someone's complaining about their husband, then it's like, well, you do that too. You start to think, well, maybe I don't like what my guy's doing.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not going to say who it is, but if they listen to this podcast, they would know. Me and my ex, Joe, we used to hang out with a couple that every time we were together, always wanted to cause a fight between me and Joe. They're like,
terrible.
always be like, oh, so Teresa, did you go to Shore Hills this week? How many miles did you put on your car this week from going to Shore Hills Mall? Like, and antagonize her like you wouldn't believe. And then Joe would say, yeah, you know what, Tree, I did get the credit card this month. It was kind of high. And oh my God.
That's right.
Jill, when we used to get home, I used to rip him. I used to be like, are you serious? You never questioned me. And then when this person is around us, always antagonizes us and always says things. And then you question me. Like, how dare you? And then I would say that to him, like, why you're making this person cause a fight between us? I'm like, you see this, right?
I hope you drop them, right? You're not friends anymore.
Slowly but surely, we got off the show. I mean, slowly but surely, we stopped hanging out with them. And then, I'm not even gonna say who it is. And then whatever, I'll tell you after.
It doesn't matter who it is. The point is, you don't want to have toxic friends in your life. Even if, you could maintain a girl relationship, but couples who aren't getting along is contagious.
You're so right about that because I seen it. And also when you hang out with another gentleman like your husband, that's contagious. That's like a beautiful thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, I love it. Like Gary, Bill Aiden, all the men we were around this weekend, they were like the guy that, on the boat, he was like a great guy, like everyone,
What a crazy day that was. Oh my God, best time.
And I love seeing you dance on the boat. You're so
Oh,
cute.
well, he was playing disco.
I
So that's
know.
my jam. I love
Yeah.
disco. But then he started with the club music that you guys like, so that was over for me. But
Yeah,
I did get my disco in the beginning.
Yeah, I like the club music. I
I know
know.
you do. That's the age difference. If
So
you were born, if you were born, or I was around the disco, like Studio 54. I was very young, like too young for that. I was like 15 when it closed, that kind of thing. But that was my era of music.
Yeah. Aw.
Whatever.
Do you think you and Gary are going to get married?
I think we could one day, but not before my daughter. Allie's got to go first. That's another
Oh,
thing.
yes. And
I mean,
Allie looks
if you said that,
amazing.
you'd have to wait for 4 daughters, so that wouldn't happen. If you say, I'm not
Yeah.
getting married before my 4, well, your daughters are so young. I have a 30-year-old daughter. She needs to be married before I do. I don't think I should get a third marriage before my daughter gets her first.
I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Allie looks amazing. She looks so good.
Thank you. She
And then
loves you guys.
No, she was amazing too. We had so much fun with her. And then what are you working on now, Jill? What do you have going
Oh
on?
my God. What aren't I working on? I'm working on some licenses, some more product lines, a bedding line, a towel line, my candles, pickleball paddles we still have. Working on some TV shows, which of course I can't talk about, but hopefully I'll be able to talk about them sooner than later. And just happy. I'm really happy. I take care of my parents, and you know how important that is, because I know you took care of your parents who were gone way too soon.
I know. I can't believe that. I know.
Tragic.
But,
You visit them? You go to the cemetery and see them?
Yes, all the time. And you know who visits them too? Louis.
Do you leave flowers? What does your religion do when you go to visit a grave?
No, my parents are at a mausoleum.
Okay.
And I have fake flowers there. So, and I just change them every few months. Yeah, I change them every few months.
So we do something different. We don't do flowers. We put rocks around the stone.
Oh, okay.
Each person who visits puts a rock, and I like to say it's like a popularity contest. Because, if you have a lot of stones, you had a lot of people visiting you.
So is Bobby in the ground?
Bobby's in the ground in Amagansett. But it's so beautiful. My friend actually donated the land to the temple, and the temple created this cemetery that has no headstones. It's all flat stones. So when you drive in, you don't know it's a cemetery right away, because you see park benches and you see a little bit of a pond and it's beautiful trees. And then when you look down at the ground, you start to see it's still new. It's only about, 20 or 30 years old, which is not considered old in cemeteries. Stones. But so I bought 3. I didn't know what to buy when he died, because the temple, they tell you it's expensive, right? And you don't know when you're going to need it. So I bought one for Bobby. I figured one for myself, and God forbid my daughter before she gets married. So now I'm thinking she's going to get married. So do I put Gary on one side and Bobby on the other, and me in the middle, and it's a threesome sometime in the afterlife?
Yes, I like that. I love that. Yeah,
that.
Definitely. Yeah, because then you know what, your daughter is going to want to be with her husband,
Probably. And I said this to her yesterday, actually, and nobody ever wants to talk about death, but it's part of life. Should I buy more now, and buy like a section, grandchildren, whatever, and just like take over.
Oh my God.
Because, it's the thing that you never want to worry about when it happens. When someone passes, sometimes it's sudden. The first thing they ask you is, where's he going? Where's she going?
I know. I don't like to think about that, but you're right. I mean, a lot of people do buy it ahead of time, and it's also cheaper when you buy it ahead of time instead of buying it like when it happens.
It's buying real estate. Exactly. And by the way, if you don't use it, you can always sell it for more. Look
at you. You always, always thinking.
Oh, definitely real estate. I'm telling you, the most expensive real estate is no, seriously, I think it was like, I don't know, $20,000 or something. It was a lot.
Yeah. No, yeah. I know.
I don't think people know how much it is. That's why my parents want to be above ground too. They don't want to be below.
Yeah, I have to say, I like the mausoleum. I just can't be in it. Well, just because that's what, you could be in the ground, or you could be in the mausoleum. Right. I think I want to be in the mausoleum. Yeah.
I could see that. I mean, by the way, you saw the goat, right? You were like in heaven.
I saw that. Yeah, I love that. When I saw that,
I was iconic. Like, I mean, that was whoever the editor was, brilliant.
Yes, it was pretty brilliant. No, it was awesome. No, I loved it. Yeah, it was good.
What's
So,
the biggest thing that you ever did, by the way, fame-wise? Like what, like being on the Tonight Show or something like that? What was like the biggest thing? Was it an award show or being on a talk show that was like, oh my God, I made it. Like, I can't believe I'm here. Pinch me.
I mean, I know I did
I
a
know
lot.
you did a
I
lot.
did a lot. I mean, I did so much. I mean, what you tell me what you think was the biggest thing. I did a lot of, you know, what the funnest things that I did was the football commercial.
Oh my God.
With,
I know the one
with
you did
Dak
with Caroline,
Prescott.
the football. Well,
Well,
the Super Bowl.
I did 3 Super Bowl commercials, but
You
my
did 3? I
yeah,
thought you only
3.
did 1, Doritos.
No, I did yeah, I did one with Caroline. Then I know I did 3. I can't remember right now. One with
Wow.
well, I did one with
That's huge.
Caroline.
So that's huge. Life, you're at the Super Bowl on the commercial, like ridiculous.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to think. I did 3 of them. One with Caroline. That one I can remember. Right, I remember. At first, I was like, I didn't want to do it, but then I did it, and it was
Yeah, I
fun.
wish they asked me and Bethany. I would have done it.
Yeah, what were the other 2? Because I've been on 3 years in a row, but like they just showed me. So that was the thing. They just showed me, but I was on all 3 years.
That's impressive.
And the Dak Prescott, the one for that they showed that for Super Bowl.
What
But
Prescott?
I mean, with Dak Prescott, that's the football guy that I did it with.
Oh.
And I think that was around Super Bowl.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
Oh, you didn't see that? Oh, that was with Kyle Richards and Kenya Moore.
You're kidding.
Yeah, you've never seen that one?
No.
Oh my God, that was my favorite one ever.
Oh my God, I would have died.
Yes, so I did it. Yes, yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, and I had
were you on the Tonight Show?
And I had the
Did you go on
biggest.
Sorry.
I had the biggest part in it. Yeah, with Kyle and Kenya. Yeah. Wait, what show? The Tonight Show?
Did you do the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon?
Yes.
You did.
I just yeah.
Huge.
Yes, I did. I was in the phone booth.
Phone booth.
Wait. Sorry, was that Jimmy Kimmel? Wait, Pat. What was I on?
Jimmy Kimmel's on Channel 7, ABC, and Fallon's on NBC, which is Bravo's network. So it's Bravo's.
I think I was on both. Wait, Jimmy Fallon.
Both.
Tell me what they look like.
One is shorter and one's taller.
The one with the dark hair is cute. Wait,
that's probably.
Pat, what was I on? Pat,
I think
you're on Fallon.
Oh, right. I think it's Fallon.
But then is Jimmy Kimmel in California?
Yes.
I did him a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you did it all.
I did. Yeah, I did.
I think you need to get a Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I mean,
I think whoever your publicist is, I think that, I know Andy Cohen got one for Watch What Happens Live. I mean, and whatever else he's done, I'm sure, other things. I think the fact that you were the first housewife, of Jersey and stayed on the longest, and all the things you've accomplished, you need a Hollywood Walk of Fame. I don't know if there are reality stars on it, but if there are, you should be the first one.
So, okay, from your mouth to God's ears.
Putting it out there.
I like that. Yeah.
Out there.
I got to do a vision board. I got to put a vision board and put it on there. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm going to come. I'm going to come when it happens. You're going to call me and say, I got my Walk of Fame.
I like that. Yeah.
Because you work really hard. People don't know how hard it is to be on reality TV because you have to create your own. When you're scripted, it's hard because you have to memorize lines. But if you're good at memorizing and you have a photographic memory, it's actually not hard. Because you look at a page and you memorize it. I can't remember what I just said. So forget acting.
Yeah,
but for an actor, they don't have to think about anything because they're given the words, they're given this dress, code, and they're dressed, their makeup, everything is done for them. When you're on reality TV, you have to create your own scenarios. Whether it's a birthday or a line. And sometimes you run out of stuff and you have to start thinking like out of the box, things that you wouldn't normally do just to fill content. And then when the show airs like it is now, it's an enormous effort to promote it. And also when it airs, the feelings that come out from fans and other castmates, you're mad, you're happy, whatever. It's exhausting.
Yeah, it's like reliving it again. It's very stressful.
And it's worse because now you know what everyone said behind your back.
Yes.
So I think it's just really hard. I don't think people realize how hard it is to be on reality television.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't. And that's why like when people, even like actresses or whatever, when they belittle reality star people, and it's like, you really shouldn't, because when you don't walk in our shoes, you don't know how it really is.
I heard
Right?
recently, I'm not going to mention names, but somebody told me that an A-list star was supposed to sit at a premium table in the front, and there was a D-list star sitting there, reality star, and had the person moved, or she moved to another table because she wouldn't want to sit next to that person. I'm like, that's awful.
Yeah, I heard that too. I think we know the same story. Yeah.
I think you might have told me the story. I'm not
Yeah.
mentioning names, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But I thought that was awful. I thought about that after. I'm like, what a horrible thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's happened with me too. With I remember someone wanted us to take a picture together, and I didn't even want to take a picture with this person. And our PR people wanted us to take a picture together, and then she said then that person said she didn't, and I'm like, I'm not even the one that wanted to take the picture. It was our PR people.
Person, right?
Yeah, and it's like that's what I mean. It's like we should all treat everyone, with respect, and and lift each other up. And no one's better than anybody else, and it's like we should all support each other in anything that, in life.
And you work really hard for a long time before you start to make money.
Jill, look, we were on this guy's boat this weekend. I mean, crazy money, like sick money. The nicest.
You would never know.
Right.
Never know.
He was
So
the nicest man. I was like, wow. I was like, and that's what I want people to say about me. Like, I'm nice to everyone. Like, I don't want to act like with my nose up in the air. Like, well, where's that going to get me? I don't want to be I don't want to be a bitch. I don't
No,
I feel like
I don't think you can be anyway. It's kind of not your nature. It really isn't your nature. People are born a certain way.
I'm only a bitch when you come for me, and then that's it. I'll freaking then I get, and then I'm like, that's it. And then I see red. But otherwise, I'm like, I'm sweet as pie. Like, I don't know.
Really
I mean, that's what, I know people think I'm not, and it's like, they should really that's why I started this podcast. That's why I started this podcast. I'm like, I want everyone to really get to know the real Teresa, and not the Teresa, that they think they know, so.
A lot deeper. That's why you need Louis and even your kids to come on.
I've had the kids on, and I'm going to have Louis on more.
Through their eyes as a mommy is very different. I always say that to you. I have so much respect for you. 4 children that you had to raise literally by yourself, not because you wanted to, because you had to, and how they've turned out, all of them. Not one, I hate to say the word loser, but you know what I mean? Like not one that is a problem at all. Drugs, alcohol, behavior issues, anything. Your kids are like amazing. And that doesn't happen by accident. 4 out of 4 doesn't happen by accident.
Thank
2
you.
out of 4 might be.
I still have the teenagers. We still want them to grow up, So I pray every day. I pray every day. I'm like, please, just always guide them in the right direction,
No, but you're also home all the time. People don't know. Like, even though you're on TV, I know you. You're like picking up the kids. You're dropping off the kids. Every time I talk to you, you're in the car.
Oh,
yeah. You're coming.
I'm very hands-on. Yeah, 3 of them drive now. So I'm only left with Adriana. She's 14. So I have to just.
You'll have 3 more years of driving.
Yes. And I have to say, I love driving her around. I really do. Because that's when we bond.
Oh, Teresa, you're going to have a hard time empty nesting. I'm going to have to be there for you.
No, I think I'll be good. I'm like,
well, maybe after 4. Yeah, maybe.
Yes. I've done it enough. Yeah. And you know what I was telling the other day, I love how the Jewish families send their kids away to camp in the summer.
Why?
You know why? Because I feel like, did you send Allie to camp in the summer?
Oh yeah, she hated it. And I went to camp and I hated it.
Wait, oh, you hated it? So no, I hear that the Jewish kids love camp.
Depends. You know what it is? It's like anything. If you're not popular or the kids don't like you for whatever reason, it's miserable. And I had a terrible bunk and the girls weren't nice to me. They were worse to this other girl, and they took her bed and threw it in the lake, and we all got punished. And for a week, we each had to sit in an individual tree around the camp.
Oh my God.
All I wanted to do was get out of it. I had a bad group. I wanted to go a bunk up or down. I had to get out of that bunk, and I was stuck with them for 3 years, and then I never went back. And and Allie, she went to one camp. She didn't love it. Took her to another camp. She did all right. She wasn't really into camp. It depends.
No, because you know what I always think, see, the Italians, we always took our kids with us. We they spent the summers with us, but with when you send your kids to camp, then you get to have a vacation.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if they like it, but we liked it.
I know. And then you get to recharge. Yeah. And then you get to recharge. And like,
that's right.
I feel like that's good parenting because, it is a lot, being on every day with your children and everything.
Oh, in the summer. I mean, I was talking to Bethany about it. She didn't send, I think she's going to like some small camps, but she only has one, and she's been spending an enormous amount of time with her, like enviable amount of time. But it's a lot. If she had to work, she wouldn't be able to do it. You know what I mean? Right. So it's a luxury to be able to spend the summer with your child not in camp.
Right. And that's
if they're not in school, if you work and your kids aren't in school, who's watching?
That's why I used to always entertain them. That's why I used to always get a shore house in the summer, because it's like, I wanted them to have a good summer and have fun, So it's like I was their entertainment. Like I always tried to.
At least they had each other. So at least you had 4 that they did entertain each other a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to entertain Ali. I only had 1.
Yeah. Like right now.
2. My biggest regret in life, Teresa, was not having 2.
And then why? Did you ever have did you guys, were you trying for a second, or you just never?
Well, I had a hard time. My first husband had a hard time having Ali. So that was a process, and we had her. And then when I got divorced and I married Bobby, he was 17 years older than me. He was already almost 50. And he didn't want any more. He had 3. And he said, if you didn't have any, of course I would have one with you. But to start over now, I was 6, I'll be 70.
Right. And he just wanted to enjoy. Yeah, he just wanted to enjoy life with you.
To not raise a child whose father really didn't want him.
Right.
Didn't. So, but it was a regret for me.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel bad.
But you'll have grandchildren.
I hope so.
God willing, yes.
I've got to get her married. No,
you will. I mean, listen.
I just want her happy. Honestly, I don't care if she gets married.
How old is she?
31.
Yeah, okay. She's still.
But she looks 25. I mean, she does.
Yeah,
look like
no, she does. She does look younger, but it'll happen. I mean,
how old were you when you got married? You had kids young?
27.
Oh, you weren't young. You weren't 19.
Yeah, I was 27 when I got married, and then I had Gia at 29.
That's great.
Yeah,
great age. And you look great.
Oh, thank you. I try.
You look great.
And then when I had Adriana, I was 37. Like I never thought I was going to have a 4th, and then I did.
And you had her on TV. I mean,
yes.
That you saw your children grow up on TV. 14 years.
I know. I have to say, because I remember doing the video, with the VCR, with the camcorder. Now it's like now you can't even look at it. So now you have to like transfer them over in order to look at them. So at least now I could go on the TV, hit on demand, and see family videos on there.
Well, right. There's a service called iMemories, and you sign up, and they send you an empty box. You take all your crap, all your videos, and they put them online for you. They make them digital.
See, the girls have to do that because they
should, because then they can take clips and post it.
I know, because I have from kindergarten. I mean, from when they were born to like before they got on the show. Right. I used to always do it then, and then after I did a little bit, and then I stopped doing it because then I was like, we have family videos on TV.
Oh, you do have family videos.
Yeah.
But I never watched the reruns. I don't know why. I think there was a lot of pain there. So as much as I did the show, part of the reason was to have a family diary.
Me too.
But then I didn't expect the pain.
I know. And that was the thing. Like, it's hard to watch it. And I only like the parts with the kids, and that's it. Everything else, it's not fun to watch.
No.
Yeah. And that was one thing. You know what? I know my mom watched every episode, and you know what, Jill? She never said anything to me. She never said anything. No, you know why? Because she knows my temper. Hello, back then. Like if she would have, like she was sparing me. She never told me. I know she was watching. I know my mom.
Because you weren't watching it, right?
Exactly. So she was watching it, and she knew I wasn't watching it, and she'd probably like, thank God she's not watching it. But my mom saw it all. Yeah. And I always get signs from my parents that I'm on the right path. I do too.
I get signs.
Yeah, I know. And that Gary was saying that you get signs too from Bobby. It's amazing. Like we do have angels in our lives. Like when someone passes away and then you're really close with that person, they really do look after you. They really do.
Did you ever have that Teresa the psychic read you?
No, I never had her read me. I had other mediums read
Me
me.
too.
Yeah, and my parents always came through.
They do. I always
Wait,
wanted Teresa to read me. I wonder if she does that anymore. I mean, I don't know if
who?
she has a show. Teresa from Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Ladies.
I have other ones like this person. Her name's Amel. She reads tarot cards. My parents came through in the tarot cards,
Kidding me.
and
I've never
yes,
seen it.
and I never knew this. Well, I always thought that Louis was my soulmate, so I kept saying that Louis was my soulmate. Louis not my soulmate. Louis my twin flame. When you find the right person, like I think you've been with probably two twin flames because Bobby was really your twin flame. And then look, you went on to your next twin flame. But she said to
That's
me,
why I said it's going to be a threesome on the other
yeah,
side.
I'm serious because she says you go through soulmates to find your twin flame, which makes sense. You go through soulmates to find your twin flame. Your twin flame is like the person you really mesh with. That person's really
So then
for
what's a
you,
soulmate?
like sexual, like think about it, twin flame, like that. Soulmate is that you go through soulmates to find your twin flame. That's how she explained it to me. And after she said it to me, I'm like, you know what? That does make sense. You go through different souls to find your twin flame. Doesn't that make sense if you really
It
think
does
about
make
it?
sense. Yes.
I'm gonna send you your
I would
number to
love
her.
to. I
She
love
was,
that stuff.
I'm telling you, she's awesome. And like she's the one that told me. Like I always kept saying, Louis, my soulmate, soulmate. She's like, no, she's like, he's your twin flame. She's like, you go through
Well,
soulmates.
I do believe that you two are meant to be together, regardless of how you met and all the bullshit that everybody says. She met this way. She met this way. He
No,
stalked her. This is that.
no,
All
yeah,
that bullshit.
we met walking like
No, I
like
know, I know. No, no,
seriously
no. But you know what they said? They said, "Oh, he was stalking her." He was
Oh
whatever it
my
is.
God, that's so
No, you know that.
crazy.
But whatever
Yeah.
it is, it was meant to be.
No, and I walked
So,
past,
by the way, you know what I would say to someone who said that? I said, "Yeah, he was looking for his twin flame, and he found me."
right? I
Yeah, he
never
was
even
stalking
heard
me.
that. See,
He
I
was
didn't,
looking for me.
and the thing is, I walked past his shore house that he was renting for the week. Like I walked past there. So it's not like he came looking for
Right,
me.
right, right. Looking for
And he
you.
walked past my shore house. I walked past his shores. And then my married friend went up to him and started talking to him. That's how that happened.
Well, there's no way someone who's happy in their life would start nonsense with you. That's for sure, because he is. I see it. I was with you
Yeah.
outside the United States. I saw you together with no cameras, no people. I mean, you really are meant for each other. I mean, there's a lot of love there.
I know. Like
I
I know.
see it.
I can't believe I had to wait 48 years to find him, but I guess it was worth it, you know? I mean,
And it took what it took for it to happen, unfortunately.
and you know what? And that's like now I'm okay with it because I used
How
to.
is he doing? How is Joe?
He's great. He's in the Bahamas.
What does he do? Is he construction? What is he doing?
Construction. He's building like $1 million homes. Like yeah, like
Fantastic.
14, like these huge, beautiful. Like he
I'm
sends
so
me
happy.
pictures. Yeah, he sends me pictures of the houses. Oh my God, they're sick. Yeah,
So he's
beautiful.
making money. He's supporting your kids, helping at least, I hope.
No, not yet. He's
Not
not
yet?
there. He's not there yet. Yeah, I'm doing it all by myself.
Well,
You
he
know,
needs to get there. He needs to get
and
there a little faster now.
I know. And Louis is
I might have to
amazing.
talk to him.
Yes, and Louis is
Not
amazing.
Louis, yeah, but it's not Louis' responsibility. to take care of
Exactly.
you.
And that's
Absolutely.
why I'm grateful for my job for Bravo, you know. But yeah, it's been, it's been tough, you know. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, and that's the thing. Like some people are like, well, why don't you get off TV? You know, if
I know we talked about that, but then you're right. I mean, then why should you give up the money?
exactly. And my daughters love that I work. My daughters love that I'm
Yes, because
independent.
it brings a lot. So being on the show brings a lot of negative and horrible things, but look how much good it brings.
Yes. I mean, and my kids want mommy to work. They love that mommy's powerful.
What
Like,
would you do if you weren't on TV? I don't even know.
yeah. And you know what? And the thing is, I'm trying my best to like, I don't like all this negativity. I really don't. And like hurting each other. Like that's not what I'm about. And I'm all about like, yeah, like if I could try to turn it around and make it better and positive, I'm trying. I don't know, let's say if it ever gets there. I hope it does. Got to put it out in the universe,
Well, if I can ever help, let me know.
Thank you.
I've had to forgive people in my life, not because I wanted to. For them, I did it for me because I didn't want to live with that anymore. It wasn't worth it. Doesn't mean I'm close. It just means I had to just get over it. And then I have a bad memory
No.
anyway, Teresa. So I don't even remember what happened. That's the
Oh,
truth.
so that's good. Yeah,
I forget stuff.
I mean, I
If
think
someone brings it up to me, my friend Suzanne brings up something someone did to me a long time ago. I'm like, what did you bring that up for? I don't even remember. Now you're getting me pissed off again.
I mean, listen, I guess you could get over things. It takes years, because then you just,
Well, Teresa, time heals all wounds because no one ever thought Bethany and I never thought Bethany and I. My mother said it would never happen. And after 10 years, it was like, enough. It doesn't mean we're best friends.
Well, that's what I mean. It took 10 years, right? Like the thing is, you'll never forget, but you forgave, which is a beautiful thing,
Well, the truth is, though, I do forget. That's the thing. I forget the details.
I mean, and that's good for you then. See, then
that's good for you. I forget the details. I don't forget feelings. I remember feelings. I don't remember the details.
I mean, look, me and Jacqueline, same thing after 6 years. But with Jacqueline, it was, when it brought me and Jacqueline together, she had a Nicholas and we have a Nicholas because Louis' first son has autism. His name is Nicholas. So when I kept thinking about her and I was just like, and I knew that she, the reason why she, I knew her mind wasn't in the right place when all this was happening. Nicholas just got diagnosed from autism. And then she had people in her ears and she listened to them and she said, I made a mistake,
everythher's forgivable when that happens. I'm sorry.
No, I know. And that's what made me reach out to her. Yeah. And it's like, so weird. Cause then I'm like, I texted her. I'm like, we both have Nicholases now. It's like crazy how life works. And that was it. And then we picked up right where we left off.
I'm glad.
Yeah. So,
but it doesn't mean you're best friends. It just means you're good.
Yeah, no, but I have to say, like, she's awesome. Like it's like we talked a lot. We talked everything through, and it's because her mind was clouded at the time because of Nicholas.
Yeah.
And
how's her husband doing? Chris,
great.
Right?
Yeah, he's doing great. Like now they live in California.
In the OC. Who knows? You may end up on the camera show.
Yeah. No, she's so done. Yeah, she don't want none of that, and that's the thing, eventually, when you're not on it anymore, it is more peaceful, because then you don't have to deal with all the drama,
No, but you lose a lot of things that you love. Like like we said, being on Jimmy Fallon, like there's these things that you would never get in your life if not for.
Right. I mean, and that's the thing.
Like
she doesn't miss any of that.
She doesn't care. Well, she never got that. She never got to that level, to be fair.
Yeah, she's just happy. Yeah. So, and that's it. I mean, and with me, it's like, that's the thing, the thing is like, I'm all about like, I am forgiving, but sometimes, the wounds are too deep, you need
but also someone has to apologize. And sometimes when people don't
and
apologize, it's hard to forgive.
And that's the thing. Cause Jacqueline and I, like that. Exactly.
Well, maybe you both apologize. I'm sorry. I wasn't forgiving.
No. And we did, because at the time, like I wasn't telling her things, but I wasn't telling her things because I wasn't supposed to talk about my legal case at the time, and it was like all that. So yeah, we both definitely apologized to each other. And that's the thing too. In order to move on, you do have to apologize.
You have to clean it up.
Exactly. And if you can't, then you can't move forward. Yes.
So Teresa, I hope for you, maybe one day you'll clean it up with your family. I do. I hope that with you. I know you've got mixed feelings and all that, and you've got a lot of stuff I don't know, but I just hope that because it's clean for you and your kids.
Yeah, I mean, that's
the
thing.
Think about the next generation, the cousins, they don't see their cousins. It's sad.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Apologies have to take place, and I don't think that's ever going to happen, but it's okay.
Well, if I can help mediate it, I will. If you let me.
I mean,
look, if you ever want me to say, hey, Jill's Aaron, let her mediate. I'll do it.
I mean, look, I never.
This isn't a Bravo special.
Wait, Jill, I never even got an apology for coming on the show behind my back. Then I still never got an apology for that.
I didn't want to say that, but I know exactly how you felt because it happened to me too in a different way of not being set you feel ambushed. I mean, it was terrible.
Oh my God! I mean, the first episode.
But it wasn't only their fault. They should have because they were your brother for sure. But the networks had their hands all over that.
Yeah, but the thing is,
keeping the secret.
Yeah, but then all my other friends that got contacted as soon as they got the phone call.
I know. I felt your pain. I know exactly how you felt, and I felt the same way.
I mean, all my friends called me this. They told them the same thing. Don't tell anybody.
And all that had to happen is to say, you know what? I'm sorry. I should have told you.
Right. And my friends were like, Teresa, like, of course I have to tell you. Like, if I get on the show, like, I wouldn't want you to find out any other way but from me. Like, and these are strangers.
And listen, I'm like you. You know, I like to do nice things for people, but I'm not going to lie. I like when someone says thank you. That would be nice. If I get you on a television show, if I get you on one, forgetting about doing it behind my back, if I get you on a show, it would be nice if you thanked me. I'm not asking for money.
Of course. Oh, I mean, that's a given. Hello. I've gotten a lot of people on the TV show. Yeah, I've gotten people on the TV show and now it's like crazy. And now they talk to the other side, but it's okay. It's all good.
So, yeah, but I think apologies could happen. And I pray for your daughter's generation that comes back together, that they're not the collateral damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you know what? My daughters have each other. There's 4 of them.
I know. And, no, listen, there's nothing like a sibling. I mean, that
no, I know.
And fighting.
And they have Joe's family. There's 11 girls on Joe's family. You know, Joe's brother had 3 girls. Joe's sister has, there's 11 girls on Joe's side. So I had 4 girls. Joe's sister had 4 girls and Joe's brother has 3 girls.
I know. So, listen, I don't have a brother. I wish I had a brother. I have a sister and I love my sister. It's all you got in the world. I'm sure your mother said that to you. You have to have each other. You got to take care of each other.
Yes,
you know?
And you're right. And you know what? I'm glad that I kept the peace for my parents while they were on this earth.
Good.
I know, like, see, I know it was such a good daughter to them because I did that. And like, I would never want it any other way. And that's why there was a reason why I wasn't watching the show. And I'm glad I didn't watch it because otherwise it wouldn't have been peaceful for my parents at all, you know? And I mean, and they did go through heartache because of my legal stuff, but I called my parents every day. I was happy. They heard it through the phone. My mother would come and see me every week. And she saw that I had I was good. Like, I showed them like, and I was strong because I was like, I didn't do anything. So that's what gave me the confidence to walk with my head up high. Cause I was like, I know I didn't commit a crime. I mean, I went away because, I was in the public eye, but I mean,
and my parents, and they wanted to make an example of you and Joe. You took a bullet. You took a bullet.
I know I did. Yeah. And look, and that bullet didn't even knock me out. Not even a little bit. Like, not even a little bit. Listen, it went inside a little bit. It hurt. It did hurt because I had to leave my kids for 11 and a half months. That was like that was the hardest thing I had to ever do, in my life, next to losing my parents. But, I did. I'm like, I kept saying, God, really? Why do I have to go through this? Like, really? And I'm like, I get it. You wanted me to go. I felt like I was.
What about 4 years for Joe?
Well, he did 3 years and then he stayed in 8 months longer
to try
to fight for, immigration. And then he finally gave up because he's like, there was no winning it, so that's why. So he stayed in at 8 months longer and I was paying so much legal fees, like trying to, this immigration lawyer, it was crazy. They suck you dry. They really do. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I have my own legal issues.
Yeah. And I just finished paying, I was paying Joe's back taxes. Yeah.
You were responsible?
Yes.
Because you were married.
Yes.
Shit.
So I got stuck paying it all.
I heard this about Gia, but I wouldn't put it on the show unless you want to, and I'll say it and you can leave it in or not. Yeah. But I heard that when Gia was, when one of your castmates, made a reference as an analogy of Gia, what if Gia did this or that caused her school to potentially do an investigation on this or that.
Yeah, thank God they didn't, because everyone.
I said potentially could have. What I'm saying is that.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right, because like Gia had a very good reputation. Everybody knew who Gia was.
But it could have, right. Like for no reason, for no fucking reason.
There was no reason to bring up. Yeah, to say that analogy. The thing is, she didn't even say analogy at first. Like I was so pissed. I called it.
This is where I blame Bravo. Bravo should have cut that shit out because it affected your daughter.
Yeah, I mean, thank God it
didn't. That's why I blame them and say, how does that help the show? You could have left everything in, but just left that out, or even cut into the scene and say to the girl, "You can't say that about Gia. Come up with something else."
Right. No, you're right. You're right. But you're right. I know, because I mean, it wouldn't have got the
don't care.
reaction. It wouldn't
They
have
don't
got the reaction that I gave her. I called her the C word like a million times. You remember that?
Oh, did you? Well,
Oh
she
my
deserved
God.
it.
Yeah,
Deserved
exactly.
it. And I'm sure she
Yeah.
would say that herself, that she was sorry she said that.
Yeah.
She certainly didn't say it thinking that Gia would get in trouble or anything. It was just,
Yeah.
and I get that
No.
it was an analogy. I did understand that. But what that could cause is a lot
No,
of
but
damage
she
without
didn't say
realizing.
analogy at first, and that's why I reacted the way I did.
Oh.
If she would have said, "Listen, I'm using this as an analogy," and then said it, it would have never got the same reaction. Yeah, she never said analogy. Yeah. So,
Well, you're friends with her now, right?
yes, we're good now. But so thank you so much, Jill, for coming on. I love you.
Love
And
you.
yeah, and I'm gonna definitely have you back when the
Thank
season's
you.
over, and then I would love to hear all your feedback on it, and especially from the
I'll
OG
give you my
New
Jewish
York housewife.
spin. I'll give you my Jewish mother spin.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. Yeah.
You may not like everything. You may not like everything, but that's okay.
Okay.
I got to see it.
All
I
right.
haven't
Yes.
seen it. I'm not saying that like I've seen anything and I know that. I'm just saying I'll be honest. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I want you. Listen, I always tell everybody, be honest. Say the truth. I always say the truth, because when you say, like, lies always come out.
Lies you can't remember, right? So
Right. And like, yeah, exactly. Lies. Yeah. They're so crazy how people lie on my show. It's crazy. Oh my God. I get crazy. And like they forget what they say. It came out twice. Like it's crazy. But yeah, so I always say the truth. Just say the truth.
So when is the finale? When is it over?
There's 2 more episodes and then the last one. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's only 3 more weeks of the show and it's done.
All right. I can't wait to watch the rest.
So definitely. So I'll definitely have you back. Okay.
I love you. Say hi to
love
Lily.
you. Okay. Well.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables. I'm turning a new page, new day. Good vibes. Who